Today I will be doing my first ever and possibly last ever unboxing video. So what am I unboxing? I am unboxing the XP Pen Artist 13.3. Now the real question here is, why am I unboxing the Artist 13.3? And that's because the box itself is kind of beautiful. And this is noteworthy for a couple reasons, and the main being that whenever I've gotten one of these third-party tablets in the past, it just kind of comes in a box, but I've noticed a trend in recent months where the boxes are getting better and better and better. For example, let's just take a look at this box really quickly. What really stood out to me is I pulled it out of another box. It was actually in a box that was in a box, so they really wanted to ship this thing in a way where it would really look good and the box wouldn't be scuffed up, or there was no chance that you'd accidentally, cut into that box when you were opening it up. But the thing that really stood out to me, as soon as I opened it, I saw this like rainbow design. So they didn't just grab an off-the-shelf box, they specifically designed this thing to look good, to look clean, to be very nice. And in recent years, Wacom competitors have really been catching up in terms of the quality of the product that they're offering, and so it's kind of interesting to see the packaging coming along. This is the Coast 13, which I reviewed a few weeks ago, and its box, you can see, this is kind of what I expected. It is not a bad box. If we just kind of slip this off here, there we go. You can see it's a black box inside, and then if we lift this off, I think the tablet's still in here. It is. I packaged it back up, but it's got kind of a nice, protective sleeve on it, and you can kind of pull it out, and I think there's some stuff underneath. I think you can pull off this entire thing and see all the stuff that it comes with. So the boxes have been getting nicer, color coordinated. These aren't just brown boxes. Obviously, I've opened this one before, which is why it's kind of torn here and not perfect. It's got nice padding on it. Let me put this one away as it makes its own noises. The larger tablets haven't really caught up yet. I don't know if this will fit on the screen, but this is the Huion Canvas GT221 Pro, which just came out over the summer. And again, this is the type of box I'd expect. This is a much stronger box. It's got a handle. I haven't opened this up in months, so let me see what it actually looks like in here. But I have a feeling this one isn't pretty. Yeah, this one is just very much, hey, let's get the product in there and ship it safely. Maybe the smaller Huions come in nicer boxes, I'm not sure. But this larger box is kind of what I expect these third-party Wacom alternatives to be shipped in. And just for comparison, this is an actual Wacom product in a box. They have always kind of boxed their things really well. This is really nice because it kind of opens up and each one of these things slides out. I think this opens, and this is kind of cool because I can open this side, slide it on out, and it's like a box within a box. One of these was for the, obviously I have the product out because I've been using it, but one of these was for the paper edition parts, and the other part was for the actual Intuos Pro tablet itself. So this is what I expect from Wacom. They've always done nice things. What I thought is interesting here is really with XP Pen, this box and the way they treat their product is definitely being treated in a premium way, the way Wacom treats their products, and I think that's noteworthy, and that's why I'm kind of walking through this and doing this. They obviously want to be seen kind of on that same level. They don't want to be seen as a knockoff brand. They want to be seen as a strong brand, and I think this is a really good way to do it. So let's open this thing up. I'll just start with the lid here, and as you can see, this kind of rainbow effect goes around the entire thing. It highlights the tablet. You can see through the plastic. It's not, like a white protective wrapping. They actually have a plastic wrapping, so you see the product as you open it. There's a little tab that makes it easier to kind of get your product out. So it's not just like, hey, let's slap this thing in here and package it safely. They were actually thinking about how someone is going to pull it out of the wrapping. There's the back. It's pretty thin. We've got some USB-C port, it looks like, a power button, maybe a volume thing. I don't know what these two buttons, I'll have to play with those later. Got our express keys along the front. Nothing on that side, so it looks like if this is USB-C, it might be that USB-C is the only way to power this tablet, so that's going to be fun to look at. So what else do we have in here? We have this little thing that we can pull out, and then we have everything we need. This is probably our software coming on a USB stick as opposed to like a DVD thing, which is kind of nice. I always just kind of go and download the software directly online because I know I'm going to get the newest, latest, greatest stuff. Different adapters for different regions, so that's kind of neat. Which one is this? I don't know which one this is. It's kind of hard to pull out. Okay, maybe they all... Oh, the adapters plug into this. That makes sense. Cool. Yeah, we've got our material here. Let's see what we've got in this box. Kind of our standard stuff. This is what a drawing tablet usually comes with. You usually get something to clean your tablet off with. Thanksgiving card, which I think is a way of saying, hey, thanks for buying this. It's funny because Thanksgiving is a holiday here in the States, so I think of a Thanksgiving card as something different. This is just, you know, promotional stuff. Hey, comes with a glove. That's really nice. Usually these cost a couple bucks extra. They kind of threw that in there. And then the actual, you know, instructions. Again, I just kind of default to the online stuff because oftentimes this is printed weeks before the product ships, and the online stuff is just more up to date by the time you get the product. So, but that is cool, you know, kind of what you'd expect. And then we've got another box. I have no idea what is in this other box here, so let's check this one out. Let's see what we have inside. That's the bottom, Brad. Let's open at the top. Sorry if I'm slaughtering these boxes. Okay, this is just our more cords and stuff. This is our USB cord. An HDMI cord, maybe? No, that's another USB cord. That's cool. And then also worth noting is the pen. Wow. The pen is really light, so that's probably, it's not a battery-powered pen. That's kind of cool. It's got a nice gold touch to it. It is very, very light. That's kind of interesting. So yeah, that is the, I'm going to have a full review on this probably next week. But I did kind of want to mention the box, and I think it's an interesting development that we're seeing some of these Wacom competitors kind of separate themselves from each other to say, hey, we're not just this third-party knockoff trying to sell something cheaper. We're doing something, you know, a budget range tablet that's really high quality and that's really nice. I know it's not about the packaging and you forget about the packaging after a few weeks, but I still think it's an important sign that they care about their products. And another thing, I learned this when I was taking advertising classes back in college, is that when someone spends a lot of money, and some of these tablets are very expensive, they want to be reinforced that they have made a good choice. And oftentimes, like this happens with car ads all the time. A lot of car ads aren't necessarily the, hey, buy it now, get a discount. You still get a lot of those. But a lot of the like higher end brand ads are about reinforcing what a great choice you made when you bought something. Because if you've bought a really expensive car, you might regret it and think, why did I do that? I should have paid this bill or that bill. You know, and packaging and branding and marketing all play into that. And if you spend several $100s on a tablet and then you think maybe I shouldn't have done that, but then when it arrives, it looks nice and it performs well. All of that reinforces that this was a good choice and really helps the brand in a lot of ways and creates, you know, repeat customers. You know, if I could see someone looking at an XP pen and saying, hey, this is not something I'm buying right now until I can afford a Wacom, they would say, hey, this is on par with Wacom, it's just not quite as expensive. And so maybe your next tablet, instead of upgrading to the Wacom version of this 4 or 5 years down the road, might be a larger version of an XP Pen tablet. You never know. So just wanted to share that, just get a quick video out. I will be back in a couple of days with another video, and then I'm going to have a review of this next week. I've got a couple things coming in the mail shortly, and this is the first of several different items I'm going to be reviewing over the next month, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to see you guys in a couple of days.